we killed the kitty cats that tried to ambush us, and we got some more cubes from these temples. Not 100% sure what we need them for, but we think it's like a key thing, and now we're off to the next temple.
Yay! That was very succinct.
Concise.
So you're currently on this rock column in the middle of this lake of lava. Why can I not?
Yeah.
Oops, that's why I can't interact with Foundry, because I've got the wrong screen on. So which is situated about 60 feet away from, or rather, the closest point is about 6 feet away from the north edge.
We just killed off some Jaculi, which I think we finally realized were some snake things that can turn themselves into spears.
Yeah, well, they just kind of launch themselves, make themselves rigid and launch themselves almost like a spear.
Like a snake erection.
Yeah, they're like the spring. How is it described? I think it's like the spring. Like, look, they just launch themselves, like coil themselves up and launch themselves like a spring. Bit weird.
I like my description better.
Very good.
I think the last time, didn't we have a view of the temple itself because we were on the roof or something, or we'd just come off the roof?
So just come off there. Yeah, so we'd just come back to the main map, I believe, because you come out the shrine, you got the cube, you emerged victorious.
Whoop, whoop.
And I think you were just. I think the last thing you were recounting, totting up how many cubes you've got and how many cubes that your competitors have potentially got.
Gotcha.
So you've got 3, and you know that they've got at least 3 as well.
So the question is, do we stuff up their plans by tossing our 3 cubes into the lake of fire? And then that's that really. Or do we go to them and say, hey, we got 3, do you want 3 more? You guys first, after you. And when the screaming stops, we'll go take a look to see what happened. Or do we go to the temple and say, hey, there's this really sneaky bunch of red wizards that are trying to break in here. And we're doing you a massive favor by letting you know. You should really go gank them. Stunned silence at my eloquence. Nice.
I don't think disposing of them is his best idea.
Like a plan C, maybe.
Yeah, if all else fails, I'm sure.
Cool. Okay. Do we need the temple view? I mean, did we go into this one? I'm struggling to remember.
Yeah, you've been in and retrieved it.
Yeah, we've retrieved the cube out of this one. There's only 2 more left now.
Right, so back across to the other side then?
Yeah.
Or do we want to rest here? Just checking my spell levels.
What time are we on?
It's only about 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got all my spells. I got all my spells.
Yeah, I'm all good too.
Cool, so I can dim door across to the mainland. If someone wants to come with, I can take a big person.
You mean me? Me?
No, you can fly yourself, can't you?
I'm going to say you need to cast fly for us to get across.
Yeah, I cast fly. That's no problem.
Cool, and I'll cast dim door, and I'll take someone with me, whoever that
I'll come
is.
across.
So,
Come with.
how many people do I need to fly over?
Well,
3, I think.
Yeah, but you cast fly on 2 people using your 4th level, and then one of them carries you across.
Yeah. So I'm burning one spell slot on fourth level.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah,
Rightio.
same. Okay.
Okay.
Done.
I go through
So-
the dim door.
You're going through. You're not trusting the fly.
I came over through the dimension.
Yeah.
door.
He dimmed with me one
Right.
way. You go poof poof. Right, we're back.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's pretty much pretty straightforward, really. You just get across back to the other side. There's no reason why it should be any more complicated than that.
Whoop whoop.
Oh, where are you going from there?
Well, there's one just up to the right, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
That's quite close to what we were told was a southern entrance.
Yeah,
But
near
we,
where the secret entrance is.
we didn't get the details. So this one and then the one at the top right are the same place. And then decide what we do next. Right, so sneaky sneak. Shall we skirt the edge of the lake of lava, or shall we step back from the edge, just in case?
Yeah, I don't want to
I
be.
think we
on
should
the
stay
edge.
off the. I think we should stay away from the platform. That was never a good place to be.
Yeah, I think we just like dart across. Like skittle up the other edge. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think we should be near, not at the edge, but around about 20 feet away from it at least. And just follow the edge around until we get to
Cool.
that temple.
Raised. Is it a walkway or roadway? What would you call it?
What, this?
Roadway. Yeah,
Yeah,
a
it's
long thing.
it's a
a
yeah,
road.
a raised roadway. I would suppose. Yeah.
Not a promenade.
No.
Roadway. Right. Darting over to avoid being spotted by the enemies that abound.
Okay.
Cool.
So you're skating around the south side of that and round to this next supposed shrines on the south side of the palace complex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
Very good. Right. Well, can the person with the worst stealth make a stealth check then?
Shit. That'd be me. 11. Okay.
That's me drawing.
Oh!
Happily, Cade is stood right next to him.
So you can read all that.
Oh, dear.
Fuck, I don't want to. Fucking hell. Here we go again.
You want to keep
Please be a
that?
20. We did that twice in the other session. We rolled ones and 20s.
Oh,
God,
it's still not really good.
that's really, really terrible. Wow. Oh, that's a good div roll. That's a beautiful div roll. That's
Yep.
a nice one.
They are
too.
decent.
Okay.
Who we
Anything
managing?
low
Cade?
or high are good. Around
Yeah.
10, that's not no good.
No, you went low. Sorry, carry on.
Let's look here. Where's my thing?
In future, if we're going sneaky, I'm going to turn into a wolf.
Why is there about 20 tackling direwolves in the character?
I don't know. I think you create me a new one every time you ask me.
Yeah, must.
He's making his own clone army.
Summon direwolves.
Let's see.
I thought, is that maybe pack tactics? You yell pack tactics and 20 show up.
Split up.
Oh, went to Retrodome Barnsley this afternoon.
Oh, I'm going on something
Alright.
for my birthday, I think. It's fantastic.
Really nice.
I love it.
Really liked
Yeah.
it.
Arcade club.
Kids loved
Good
it.
at arcade club. That's fantastic.
Yeah, kids loved it.
Arcade Club at Leeds or Bury.
Got myself on 2 different top 10s. Very pleased. Asteroids and the upgraded version of Asteroids, which is called something else. Me and Elliot managed to kill Mukov and save the universe. Yes!
Blasteroid.
Oops.
Asteroids,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that's it. Yeah. We
The
discovered
one
you
where
could
you've got the ball, which you spin the ship round with.
No, the ball one is just the pure ball is the monk. Oh, you've got like the rotator one, and then you
Yeah.
can hyper, thrust, and fire. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can transform
Why
into
is it
3
telling me
different
that
versions.
picture?
And
That's
if you're
really
next to each other, you can actually join up and become one ship and shoot. Oh,
Like Voltron.
yeah, it's good fun. Hands still cramping.
Okay. So, so you make your way north a little way, and then following the south side of this raised roadway, and then cross over and head towards the shrine, which you can clearly see as you climb up and over the roadway. Let's see. So again, you can see ahead of you. You can see a building, a low flat roof building, in a walled compound, and again there's 2 needle-like obelisks marking the entrance on the south side.
Cool.
You're going to approach it?
So we're here for.
Very well.
Yeah. Out for animals or ambushes.
Okay. Right. So yeah, you approach this compound coming back down this raised walkway and approach the compound when a volley of arrows comes your way
Oh shit! Not again.
somewhere ahead of you. So let's see. Right, there's 4. So like all 4 arrows mysteriously swerve straight towards Fafouk.
Excellent.
Right, the first one strikes him. Oh, and you take. Let's break this down. I need to break this down. But right, you take 1 point of damage, 1 point of piercing damage, but 9 points of poison damage, which is not negated by that shield.
Mm.
Right, next one. Oops, wrong button. Let's see, what's Fafouk's armor class again? I don't think that's good enough. I think that's a miss.
16.
16. Okay, right. It just like it's deflected by your armor. And the next 2. Right, third one misses, and finally the 4th one hits you.
I would like to force him to make a luck roll, please.
Force him to make a luck roll.
Yeah, I'm using luck to make him re-roll his attack and to take the next roll instead.
What's that?
He's attacking me as my feet.
Oh, right. Sorry, I didn't. Is that a new feat?
Yeah, well, no, it's a luck feat. It's an old feat. So I've got 3
You've never used
3
that
times
before.
between. No, I haven't. Let me just pop it into the. I am using my ability. I'm just going to pop it into the chat now.
Okay.
It should. There we go.
3 luck points. Whenever you make an attack roll, ability roll, you can spend to roll additional. You can also spend when attack roll is made against you. Roll d20 and choose other attacks. Oh, so you can choose. You roll the dice and you decide which is used.
Correct. So he's attacking me, so I'm going to roll a d20. I'd like him to use my roll, please.
Okay.
Because it's a 4.
All right. Okay. So the last arrow misses you as well.
Just like swerves strangely, carried by a gust of wind, and goes over my head.
Just spinning around you in circles. Confused.
Okay. So what you doing?
Like, bastard, runs for cover because I've got a great big arrow in me.
Yeah.
Did we see where it came from?
Somewhere ahead.
What, in the direction of the temple, or?
Well, yeah, somewhere ahead of you. Whether you didn't see exactly where it came from, or you only know that it came from ahead of you.
Oh, moving to cover then if there's a wall.
Yep, there's plenty of that.
Do that then. While also trying to have a look around to see if we can find out where it came from.
Okay. Well, you can make an active perception roll then if you want to do that.
I'll try and have a look as well.
Okay.
The Fook's just trying to keep his head down. He'll look later.
Oh, that went well. I think I've run into the wall, Phil, while I'm trying to look around.
Holy shit.
Let's have a look then. Put my tiny little dwarven head over the wall.
So, we were heading down this open space and it came from in front. So do we run to the right into one of these little buildings?
Just behind the wall.
There's plenty of other potential cover spots aside from what's actually on
Okay.
the...
Cool.
Okay, Larry, nobody else checking? Nobody else looking? You all just like duck. Yeah. Okay, right, you don't see anything. You've no idea where it came from.
So Fook extracts the arrow, muttering curses under his breath, cures himself with the light cure wounds, and then we'll poke his head over to take a look.
How far away are we from the entrance to the temple, Phil?
Let me just have a look. So say about here. So not far. Maybe 50, 100 foot, if that, 100 foot at the most from to the edge of the compound. Right. So suddenly you are surprised by two snake-headed humanoids that emerge from the vegetation behind you.
Oh, sure.
And get an attack in. Let's see if they. I just want to find a better image than the one that it's provided because it only gives you the image of the token. I'll do that later, maybe. I'll just take too much messing about. So got a muscular human-like body, but from the shoulders up, it's like a huge snake's head, almost cobra-like.
Do they speak?
Do they speak? They don't. If they do, they don't speak at this point in time. They just just creep up on you and attack without warning.
Okay.
With both wielding scimitars. So it's going to be a random, just a random target for both of them. So first one is going to go with tackling.
Hey, yo.
So, and what's tackling's armor class?
17.
17, right. So it just misses you. This scimitar comes down, clashes against your armor, but it doesn't manage to penetrate it. The second one launches an attack against. Who actually gets another attack? Against Lu Hai. Hold on a minute. The first one gets another attack. They get 2 attacks. So attacks tackling again. Oh shit!
That can be good.
Just a minute.
Tossing a scimitar over the edge into the lava lake.
Just throw it
Okay,
behind him
right.
and let
It
it go.
strikes you with its scimitar the second time round,
Oh no.
and you take 7 points of slashing damage. Meanwhile, the other one attacks Lu Hai. Do it right this time. What's Lu Hai's arm class? I think that's a hit anyway.
20.
Yeah, so it slashes Lu Hai with its scimitar for also 7 points of damage, then attacks again. Where's the thing? There it is. And miss, but this time misses.
Nice.
Starting the day off with some murder.
Well, we need to kill them quick before they warn anyone.
Okay,
On it.
so let's see, where are we? It's one of those ones. Can I get it to show the? No, I can't. I want it to show the proper artwork, but it won't. So it's just going to be this crappy token. I'll show you it from the shoulders up, which is a bit rubbish.
Hmm.
So snakes don't really have mothers, right? They hatch out their eggs. So you can't even say that's a face a mother would love because they don't have them technically.
That's a face a dog won't lick.
Some of them actually give birth because the eggs hatch inside the mother.
Oh, so they're
So some,
ovoviparous.
yeah,
Oh,
some,
that's
yeah, it
interesting.
can. Well, not that you know that, but yeah, sometimes they're eggs, sometimes they're born alive. It just
Interesting.
kind of happens at random, but not that you would know that. So let me see. I've got a better picture. I've got a better picture now. So just briefly pause while I give you a better picture. Choose.
Do we need to be moved to a battle map as well?
I suppose. Okay. No, cannot do that.
I'll lift dog out 1 second.
Let me do it. Let me do it. Why won't you let me do it?
1 hour time appearance.
I'll replace that. There we go. No, still won't do it. That's annoying. Okay, maybe not.
Almost sounded like Res Evil with all those door sound effects. Like we're waiting for the next level to load.
I think it's a squeaky chair.
You're done, Dan.
Yeah, sorted.
Oh, sorry. Right. I'll do that later. I'm going to waste too much time messing around doing that. It's not really. Right. So shall we scramble to a? There we go. Random battle map.
From fisticuffs. Challenge him to a bare knuckle.
Oh. Need to get rid of most of these. In fact, we need to get rid of most of that. Because them probably that's probably out of date. Them tokens. Bear with us. That's locked. Okay. So we want 2 of these guys. And we want everybody else. So let's see. Something like this. Let's have a bit of a wall down. So that's so nice. So let's say this is a bit of a ruined wall, part of a ruined building here. And yep, so they come up from behind. So, which means it's initiative. For the first ridiculously long combat of the game.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that initiative is terrible.
We rolled a 20.
Cade.
A lot of my tooltips look crap. I'm just going to reload application 1 second.
Lazar refuses to be outdone in the initiative game.
Is it one better? I didn't see it.
Yes. 27 off a 19.
Okay, so first to act this round is Lu Hai.
I'm going to attack this one then. It's attack me.
Very well.
Kick its cloaker. Yes, some lizard humor for you.
A bench. Right.
Oh god, I thought it was a 20.
Okay, right. You punch the snake man.
Snake mouth. Oh dear. Come on. I'll make that a stunning strike, Phil.
Okay. And what's the DC of your concept for the save?
Dean.
What?
Dean.
15.
Dean?
15.
Dean.
15.
15.
Right. And it's stunned.
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
Oh wow, why can't we see some of the things are missing? One moment, I just need to reload the Spy in the Sky screen because it's not showing up all the tokens. Well, that's interesting. And so begins the first technical hitch of the day.
Right.
There we go. It's worked. Right.
Ready?
Yes.
And attack again. And advantage. Oh dear.
Oh wow.
Wow, that's a miss. Although only just.
Was a little bit shocking. From an advantage, that's all. Advantage roll.
Dear me. Hang your head in shame. Oh. That's third attack, is it?
It is, yeah.
Right, that is a hit. Right. Right, you punch it in the face for another 7. Right, it's barely injured.
Shit.
It's me done then.
Okay, so next to act is Cade.
Question: this green thing behind us, what is it exactly?
It is a wall, so the ruined remains of a building. It's just like, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so this holding our back. Okay, and if that monster on the right is, humanoid, sorry, stunned, what does that mean exactly if I, target it with some ranged weapon?
So it's stunned.
Is it upright? Is it stood upright or
It's
laying
upright,
down?
yeah. It's upright. No, it's stunned. It's not prone.
Does it have disadvantage on saves while stunned?
Dexterity saves, I think.
So
It automatically fails dexterity saves.
yeah, but the AC is still the same.
Yeah, I don't think his armor disappears, does it?
It's one. Yeah, it's one of the weird.
That's weird. All right, okay,
Yeah,
fine.
it's. I'm just checking for you. So stunned, incapacitated, can't move, can only speak falteringly. The creature automatically fails strength and dex saves. Attack rolls against this creature have advantage. You should know that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
20.
wow.
Need to roll another one.
So
the first thing.
the first one, I'll take the first one.
Okay, so it's critical damage for your firebolt.
So is that 20 plus the 2 10s? Because it's a 2d10, isn't it?
It's a 2d10, but I don't know how you calculate this, so whatever for
So
yourself.
it's 2d10. So the first one's. Oh, here we go. Oh my god.
No, but focusing on the dice rolls. So it's 2d10.
So it's
So is that
2d10 plus 10
20?
plus 20.
Okay, so 2d. So what were the 2 10s?
First
you
ones are
rolled
11.
first?
Okay, so it's
Plus 20.
31.
31 on Firebolt. Oof. God.
Nice.
It's not me. I'm not doing anything.
No, we know. Just just ignore it. It'll
Lovely
go
coloured
away.
dice, though.
31. So is it looking a little damaged now, Phil?
Yes, I would say so. So yeah,
Can you imagine the conversation
it's
afterwards?
it's badly, yeah. So
After this, I like to do something else as well. Please.
okay.
Oh God.
So I like to push him away, with my telekinesis.
Right.
And if I understand right, he automatically fails all strength checks.
Yes, he does.
So basically, I'm pushing him away 5 feet to the southwest.
To the southeast. Rightio.
Yeah.
If he's stunned, does he just fall backwards?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not like paralyzed or anything. He's just,
okay.
like staggered, like kind of punch drunk.
Okay, I step away now for a few minutes, guys. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
reaction.
Bye bye.
Yeah, a
No,
reaction.
it doesn't force a reaction when it does that. It's sort of because it's involuntary move.
It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. I wish it would be awesome to work with the monks like that. That would be like dream. Oh my god.
In theory, it should do really, in a way, I suppose. But yeah, it doesn't.
How about every second day, huh?
And also, we did kind of institute that 5 foot movement thing, didn't we?
Correct.
Well? So
it's fine. All right, cheers. Sorry, I have to go.
No worries. We shall continue in your absence. Okay, so
please do.
So next act is tackling.
Cool. So thinking about the 5 foot thing, I will move 5 feet to the left.
Yep.
And I will hit him with something I don't use very often, since we're all pulling out new toys.
Ooh, like that, is it?
Yep. So advantage on everything. Advantage on all my attacks.
Yep.
This
And-
turn, and then disadvantage.
Advantage
and
for it, yeah.
Everything's got advantage against
Yeah.
me, as well. Standard roll.
Okay, right.
Hit.
It does. You stab it with your short sword.
For damage.
Nice.
Oh, 12 points of damage. Okay. And you
Three.
stab it again.
A 10.
Another 10. Okay, it's looking injured after them 2 stabs to the torso.
That ends my turn.
Obviously, if you've been stabbed, you'd be injured. But anyway, okay. Yeah. So next it's Elbold.
Right.
Yeah, buddy.
Move there then, Phil.
Okay.
And I will attack with my spear.
Radio.
Get over here!
Jeez, why is it always the thing I haven't dropped the volume on?
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, 20. Oh dear.
This is going to hurt.
come people getting these big 20 drops? Getting nothing.
Hang on. Let me work out what this is, Phil.
Oh, there we go. Finally got it. Boom. That's what it looks like.
Ah! Like his sword.
Yeah, it is a nice sword, isn't it?
It
Probably
looks
complete-
less like
probably-
a summer and more like a
It's Chopesh.
Mm.
Kopesh, or however you pronounce it.
Kopesh.
There's a picture popped up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the battle map.
I was going to say, I was going to say it might be worth, particularly if you're having problems with stuff loading, it might be worth going through after we finish this little combat. It might be worth going through the settings and making sure they're set correctly. Might be worth lowering some of the stuff and get better performance.
I've seen a picture.
You what?
Can't
Okay.
see any picture.
Yeah, exactly for that reason. So you should, yeah.
It's 7, 9, 10, 11, plus an 8. 19 damage, Phil.
19 damage. Oops, I need
Yeah.
to change my.
Your damage.
That's a bit poor for a critical, that, Kieran.
I only rolled a 2 for one of the dice.
Okay.
With that savage attacks, if I get a critical, does that automatically give me 2 full 8s and I go on just the one roll?
What's that? Sorry. Savage
If I
attack.
get- yeah, with savage attack, because on a critical I get an extra damage die. So is that automatically an 8?
Oh,
So
what?
do I
From
get-
your savage attack, you mean?
Yeah, so do I get 2 automatic 8s? From a
No, it's just
critical.
no. It's just your actual weapon.
Right, because that's what it keeps on doing with the critical roll. It keeps on rolling 2 automatic 8s.
Oh, right. Oh,
That's why
I'm
it
not sure then.
says 1d8 plus 2 plus 16.
I would think it's just a weapon, and then everything else is just calculated normally.
All right. But I mean, the way we do it, like I say, it's still 19.
Although
Sorry.
a savage attack is kind of like it is kind of like the weapon damage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's on a postcard. Go on then. Why not?
Well, if we do it as maximum damage, then it's 20.
20 points of damage. Okay. Okay, it's near death because you're like, yes. open a massive wound, or rather stab it almost, and skewer it almost all the way through its body.
Jump out of the way, seeing the spear come down. So,
Woo! And the sigh relief, it is actually a spear.
Okay, so next one then.
Get over here!
Oh yeah, that was your first attack.
Yeah.
It's not doing the sounds for the
It-
attacks now.
It is.
It is. It's your thing. It's not loading stuff properly.
Mine's
I've
not
just had to
loading me
reload
either.
application. I've just had
I
to
had to
reload
turn down the
application.
volume because it yelled at me when.
Yeah,
you
like I say, we'll
Okay.
go out. We'll finish this and we'll just quickly run through settings because
Right, okay.
I imagine things are set way higher than they're supposed to be.
I got
Okay,
17.
yes, that's it. Yes, you stab it again.
6 damage.
And yeah, sort of kind of like stab it and sort of ram it around in its back, and it's there's just like blood gushing everywhere as it collapses to the floor. Blah, blah.
Okay. I've got one more attack and I've still got my movement. Last attack for my bonus attack then,
Oh wow!
which is... Should I do for this?
Hadouken!
Oh, it's advantage on this, isn't it? Forgot.
Stuns.
It is.
Stunned, yeah.
Oh wow. 8 to
16.
16. Very nice.
Yeah, that's right. You stab this one as well. Oh no, it's
No,
a punch. It's a punch.
Yeah, punch this one.
Uppercut.
5 damage on this one.
5 damage. Okay, it's looking badly. It's looking pretty beaten up. Is that the end of your go?
It is.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no, it isn't.
Is it not?
No.
There's more?
Oh, it's going to retreat now. Oh, it's going to dance. What are you doing? Wow, we've got that much movement left. Jesus Christ.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have had that much movement, actually. There.
Right. Okay.
So it's stunned, so does it do much?
So it can still move and stuff. It's just disadvantage and stuff. Whatever you like. I say, it's not paralyzed.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. I think I can do this. Yeah. Okay, right. So it clutching its wounds, it disengages and don't need to disengage, does it? So it staggers off behind the wall. Oh, that was its go. And next it's for Fook.
The Fook goes there.
Okay.
So you can see it.
Right. So despite the it being pretty much open ground between this ruined wall and the compound.
Can't move, Phil.
Sorry?
Can't move.
It can't move. I thought it could.
Creatures incapacitated can't move and can only speak falteringly.
Oh yeah, sorry. I apologise.
Well, in that case, I'm not going to waste my movement.
No, I apologise. I'm thinking of
I'm
something
going to
else.
kill it from here.
Yeah,
Get back here, you.
I do know the rules. It's been a while.
Come stagger back here, you bastard.
Yep. Oh. Bing, as if by magic.
Haha. Can it save for 15 dex, please? No, it can't.
No, it can't.
Sorry, I'm being very facetious. I do like things when they're stunned and I can cast it. Right, so cast Sacred Flame at him, standard roll. Where's my stuff? And the damage is normal. Ooh, 14, almost my max. Sacred flame damage.
And it's hit by it's pillar of radiant light, and it just it dies. It's dead.
Fafuk would then like to peek over the wall to make sure there isn't like a million others, because these two were behind us and arrows came from in front of us. So just very, very, very curious as to what that lot are doing.
Okay, so what's everybody else doing?
I'm using an ability.
An ability.
Heal thyself.
If I can find it.
Get back up to full health.
No, it won't be.
So it's 3 times your monk level, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nope, 2 minutes per hour back.
Yeah, probably.
So I will move to the left and try and peek around the corner, see what's going on.
Okay.
I'm not already. I'm looking. I'm not sure what the situation is out here, how close these walls are and stuff. So,
Well, like I say,
Just
it's pretty open. It's between here. There's just, like I say, like I keep saying, there's lots of vegetation about, so there's potential cover spots, but it is, despite that, it is quite open between where this bit of a ruined wall, and the shrine compound to the north of you.
how far away is it? Did we say?
Not more than 50 feet.
I'm going to have a look round the corner from here as well, Phil, see if I can try and spot
Okay,
where
I
these
suppose you can make
archers...
perception rolls then.
Some spell symbols are not coming up in chat either.
Yeah, we'll need to. So yeah, everything's showing up everywhere else. I think so. Like I say, we'll run through boundary settings in a moment.
It's showing like a broken picture sign, I think, or something similar.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
not loading stuff.
Just reload your application, press escape, and then
Well,
click reload
no,
application.
we'll do the settings because it'll reload then. No, none of you don't see any sign of any more of these creatures.
If it's only 50 foot away, I can make a run for it. See if I can get to the entrance.
I'm back.
Everybody's dead, is fun.
Oh, that's fine. I carry on my own. I'm used to this. They always go down. I don't know why.
Yeah, do you want to sprint across or move as a team and sprint across? Or
You're muted, Lou.
Thank you. Do we want to actually head to the temple?
that's
Oh,
what
yeah,
we're coming over here for.
No, I know, but I mean that really big ruined palace is crammed with these snake things. They've taken arrows from one direction, ambush from the other direction. Do you want to just beat a hasty retreat and, or do we want to just keep poking the ant's nest? So they
Keep
know where
poking
we
the
are.
ant's nest.
I mean, we're going to be here all day if it takes us, if we have to kill them all.
I don't think we are to kill them all.
We can't exactly go into a temple and start trying to solve puzzles while there's a bunch of these things shooting arrows at us.
We don't know if they're in the temple themselves or if they're outside there.
Yeah, all I'm saying is, do we really want to go into a temple where we're faced with traps and stuff in the front of us and potentially Yuan-Ti, or if they're not in the temple, they then know exactly where we are and they're just going to perch outside waiting for us to come out?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm just saying, why don't we just leg it in the opposite direction and circle around the other way, or come back in a couple of hours and see if we can come from a different direction. Like maybe out of the city, around the outside, and come. I think it's quite close to the edge of the.
Oh, we'll have to deal with the gargoyles then, now, won't we?
Well, yeah, but the gargoyles shouldn't set off a bunch of Yuanti streaming out of that city.
I think the gargoyles will just go for anyone that jumps off the cliff. That's all they're bothered about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we kill the gargoyles, and that's gargoyles done.
The sea's
But-
coming down anyway.
Potentially.
Perhaps. Maybe go after dark or something. All I'm saying is that if we go into a dead-end temple, we're either going to have to face the temple and the Yuanti, or we're going to get trapped inside with the Yuanti on the outside.
Well, we're going to have to get into temple at some point, aren't we? So that ain't that way we.
Why don't we try going around the outside of the temple and try to find where the archers are?
Yeah, I think until we kill those archers off, I wouldn't be comfortable as going into a temple.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes complete sense.
Right, what spells do we have? Would Pass Without Trace help us here? Because you said there's lots of jungle, lots of shade, lots of jungle cover. Would Pass Without Trace actually help us here, Phil?
It won't. I would thought so.
I mean, do we want Pass Without Trace on us so we can find a better place to hide, and then Obold gets Blessing of the Trickster to get advantage on stealth checks, and finds where the archers are, and then we all run over and eat the living crap out of them. What do you guys think?
We might as well just go as a party, to be honest, if we're...
Okay.
Because you have to stay within 30 feet of each other anyway. We not pass without trace on you.
True. Yeah. Okay. I'll cast Pass Without Trace.
So it's So it's always useful for like when you're stealthing about. But just like when you can't stealth when you're in plain view of somebody. The Pass Without Traces is no use if you're in plain view, because it's just this like dark, shadowy mass, isn't it?
Yeah, but like for instance, where we are, I'm assuming.
No, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. It would be useful. I'm just saying if you were in, you couldn't use it to. If somebody's got a direct bead on you, you can't. It's no good, is it? Just like you can't suddenly hide when you're in plain view of somebody.
So if we leg it southwards behind those buildings.
But
so at least
there's plenty of cover to move around between, so you could stealth up. But yeah, if backing off a bit would potentially breaking any potential line of sight. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So Pass Without Trace, and we leg it under some different cover to try and break the archers' line of sight on us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm casting it now. Okay. So that's what I'm concentrating on for the next hour, and I give Obold Blessing of the Trickster, so that's advantage on stealth checks.
Radio. So, like I said, before we go any further, we'll just run through Foundry settings and just make sure everybody's got set at a manageable level. So you want the 2 cog symbol at the top right, which opens up that menu, and then you want the first one that says Configure Settings, which will open up another menu, and you want the left-hand tab that says Core Settings.
Yep.
Everybody got that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lee? Yeah. Okay. Right. So go down the list, and the first thing you'll see is Enable chat bubbles. You can turn that off if you're not bothered about it. Same with pan to talk and speak. You can turn that off if you're not bothered about it. Same with scrolling status text. If I say an option and it's not there, it's just because it's on my options screen and not necessarily on yours. So performance mode, that's most important one. So you want to set that to no higher than medium. If your performance is still bad, then you want to set it to low.
On high.
Yeah, well,
Set to
exactly. There you
high.
go.
Set to high here too.
Yeah, so if it's slow to load stuff in, you want to set it. You don't want it any higher than medium, possibly even low.
Okay.
Okay.
Changed.
So if you change it to medium, and if it's still bad, you can drop it to low. Then beneath that, you've got the maximum frame rate. That should not be any higher than 30.
Oh, it's at 60 for me.
Yeah, so that's going to be have a big impact. So you don't want it any higher than 30. Even 20 is fine. And then below down there, you'll have token vision animation.
Mhm.
So if you turn that off, that'll improve performance. Light source animation will also improve performance. That does mean though, this is like any fancy animations on the lights, then you won't get it. Like flickering torches and things like that. Okay, so that's it. And then once you set them to however you want them, make sure you click on the Save Changes button at the bottom. It might cause Foundry to reload. And you should see some marked improvement with loading stuff in after that.
It didn't for me, but then I've done a reload application and then it's popped up. It's made all the changes.
Yeah.
Mine didn't reload after it's saved. Well,
No, it
didn't
don't.
reload the application, it just reloaded the map.
Yeah, it don't always. Like I say, it might. Sometimes it will, sometimes it doesn't. But it applies the changes, so that's the main thing. Okay, so that's that out of the way. Like I say, you should see some improvement in performance in loading stuff and whatever you name. Because we found out it's we are checking with a few other people that it's set ridiculously high by default for some reason. So what are you doing?
Parcel out trays.
Yep.
Blessing the trickster and legging it towards some more cover.
Yeah, so you've done that. So you've done that and retreated south to get breaking, to some more, some better cover. Hopefully, breaking any potential line of sight that any enemies might have on you. And I suppose you can make the worst stealther can make a stealth check.
No, I said if we were stealthing again, I thought we were going to turn into a wolf.
Well, you got a 10%. You got a plus 10 bonus anyway.
Yeah. So you got plus 11 this time.
Now, right? Yeah. Cool.
I'd like to say not even you could stuff this up, but we know different. Don't we?
Sorry.
Oh!
That's the wrong one anyway. That's from Bestial Spirit. I was looking at the wrong player sheet. Fucking told you.
I assume Cade can help out.
Yeah, well, it don't need to because it were the wrong roll anyway. So
it were wrong roll anyway. And then plus 10, did we say?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
yeah,
24.
There you go.
Okay. I think next time we should just try and levitate Tacklin and drag him behind us so he can't touch anything.
Put me in the bag of holding.
With your head sticking out.
So you're heading back towards the temple, towards the shrine. What is it you're doing exactly?
Yeah, I think we do a anti-clockwise circuit.
Okay.
Around the temple, trying to find these archers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Right. So I presume that means you're actively looking. So so you can make a perception roll. So the person with the best perception can make a check, and it being aided by the others, so you can make it with advantage.
That's
You
not
can't
me.
make individual ones.
I've got a +7. Isn't that the same as Obold? Okay.
No, mine's one less
Just
than
trying
that.
to streamline things and make it a bit easier.
Oh, wow.
That's a
Wow.
+7 as well.
I will use luck. Ha! Because I can. And I'm going to regret this later because I'm burning through these things.
You've got 3, haven't you?
Yeah. For long rest.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try to
Can't
do it
believe you haven't
twice.
used that before.
I've only just got it recently, and it didn't really come up. Cade's always saved us from
Yeah,
the ones,
True.
so I've not really bothered. Right, so let's try this perception again. Right, but I can only do it once now because
Yeah, so it's just
I've already
one
had the
extra
advantage.
dice, yeah. So
17.
17, yeah. Okay, so there's no. So yeah, you make a carefully circumnavigate the ruined shrine, stealthily, making a stealthy approach as you possibly can, moving from cover to cover through the vegetation, through the ruined buildings, and you do a full circuit, trying to avoid coming as close to the outer walls of the temple of the palace complex as you can, and you see nothing. Nothing. No sign of any more of these creatures.
What do you guys think?
Hmm.
I'm wondering if the arrows could have come from a trap.
No,
No?
no. I've got this weird feeling that they're like roving patrols. And if they bump into you, they try and murder you. And if they can't see you, but they clearly haven't pursued us, but they did. Remember, these are the same dudes that went and attacked Cuckoo and his lot, Dyson,
In that compound.
like all the way on the
Compound
other
to the
side of
west.
the city.
Yeah.
That's a long way. Well, it's not a long way. It's like 5 minutes walk if you know what you're doing. So I think if they know where you are, they come get you. But I think maybe our stealth has just been too good. So now they've kind of lost track of us. So they might be hunting us.
Well, for that, I'd suggest while Pass Without Trace is still on to just
Get
go
into
into
the
the
temple.
entrance. Yeah,
Yeah. Agreed.
because
Okay.
we haven't left any tracks for them to follow, have we? So
Correct. We cannot be tracked by any normal means right now. Cool. Okay, let's dart into the temple then.
Okay,
And-
one moment. Yeah, go on. Sorry, what were you saying?
And if they're in the temple, we kill them off. And if they're outside, we hope they don't realize. Do one of us want to stick near the entrance and just keep a weather eye out to see if they come looking for us?
I don't mind doing that. Yes, I'll do that.
Maybe you should do it as a big dire wolf, so it's not like obvious that it's the same. We're the same group of people.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you're doing, approaching the shrine.
Yep,
Right,
like a circuitous route, and then like trying to sneak into the entrance.
right. Just wait while everybody's loaded up. Hopefully, you should load up a little bit better than previously.
Well, it's progressing.
There we go.
All these pissing temples look same.
Loaded.
Okay, so you're about 20 feet from the.
So everyone clicked on the door again.
Good grief.
Can't take us anywhere.
Let's reset that now.
No, you don't. It just shows like 4 squares.
Right. So a pair of needle-like columns mark the entrance to a walled ruin. In the courtyard beyond, you can see poking up above the above and around the walls. You can see banyan roots that envelop a squat building. The stone doors that seal the entrance are carved with images of snarling bears with long, sharp claws. And again, just above the entrance, you can see an inscription carved in above the doorway in Old Amun.
Let Kate
Okay.
read that. Then.
Yeah, I like to read that, please. I use
Okay.
the helmet.
Okay, you'll have to get a bit closer, of course.
I'm going closer.
You moving then? Moving.
How close do I need to go?
To at least where the there. Okay,
Is that close enough?
yeah.
Am
So
I dead?
it says Obulaka or Obulaka teaches us to tread warily and stay in the light.
I translate this to the guys. I mean, I read it out loud.
Okay. All right, shall we get in there then?
Just to be on the safe side, might be better off taking your torches out for this.
Right,
Like Lou High's green one.
Do the strong types want to go shove the doors open?
So what is Luai again his magical torch out?
Oh, Fufu can take his magical torch out, and Kate can take his magical ring out, and we've all got lights.
So what are you doing with lights then?
Have them lit before we go in.
Yeah.
So who's
So-
having? So who's lighting? Who's taking a light out and who's having a light?
Me with the ring.
And
Okay.
Fafuk with his beholder torch.
Okay. So they're all equivalent. I think they were all the equivalent to torches, weren't they?
Yeah.
Correct.
Is
2020.
Luhai
I
not
think.
having one out?
I'm not bothered if everybody's got
Righto.
the lights out.
I
We
think
need
to
one
be
out anyway, don't we?
I think to be on the safe side, it might be better for everyone to have a light source. So I'm just
Yeah, I've got a
wondering
torch.
I'm just wondering if the whatever traps are in there determine anyone without a light source as being in the dark.
So Is everybody getting a light out now then?
I
Yeah,
can't.
let's just be
I
on
ain't
the
got,
safe side.
I ain't got one.
You haven't got
I'll
one.
stay outside. I'll stay outside on guard.
Right. Okay. And you're getting yours out, Lee.
So yeah.
Rightio. Yours is the green one, of course.
And Fafook's going to have one out too.
Okay. That's a bit much, isn't it? That one. There we go.
I'll
That's
move there and hide there, Phil.
better. Okay.
Keeping an eye out.
Any other takers on somebody going first? I don't mind doing it.
Single
As a
door
note.
or double?
It's double set of double doors.
Any kind of traps or just the words that we were read?
Well, I've not seen any traps. Not checked.
Yeah. Quick check for traps.
I'll help him.
Okay. So you can do that with
You can
advantage then. Okay, right. You find so you spend a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes or more, checking over the door, and you don't find any signs of any that there's any traps on this door.
Okay.
Anything
And
untoward
I'll
about
relay
it.
that to group and open the door. Or try and open the door. So I'll relay to the group that I can see a lit torch on the south side wall, like closest to where Luhai is. I suggest we kind of, stick to the walls with the torches on. So I'll move there. That's all right.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah. So maybe it's not light we carry. Maybe it's light that's already
Okay.
provided.
So the walls of this dark corridor are covered with painted reliefs showing Omuan people hunting, harvesting fruit, planting crops, crafting weapons, feasting, fighting, weaving, and skinning animals. There's one. So there's 8 empty torch brackets protruding from the walls under the reliefs. I have no idea why that shows a lit torch, because there isn't one.
Oh. So is it going to be a case of us having to fill these reliefs with torches?
So did you say they had torches that were unlit?
No, there's
Or just empty?
empty torch brackets.
Sconces.
Yes, if you want to call them that.
Doesn't Lizai have like 1 million torches in his pack or something crazy?
Yeah, why have they got to be lit?
Don't you have a bunch of torches in your pack?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Why don't we light them and I can use, me and Kate can use Mage Hand to put the torches into the sconces down the passageway before we go down it.
Get me torches out of my pack then.
Okay, so Luhai, while you're so you do that and move into the corridor, and
What?
Didn't say I was going to move
Okay.
into the corridor.
fair enough.
So we light some torches and then Fafook or Kate
So what
can
you
use
doing?
Mage Hand
You
to...
can't hold like loads of lit torches. What are you doing? Just like can't like hold 8.
Well, we light one. You light one, use Mage Hand to put it into the sconce. You light the next, use Mage Hand to send it into
Okay,
the
so
next one. We can go down.
So there's one. There's 2 on the first bit, and you can't actually see the others from this point in the corridor.
Oh, right, okay. Well, Fufu can see nothing. I'm outside anyway,
Yeah.
but that's my suggestion in how we proceed.
Then got
I'm
dim,
useless at this point,
dim
so
view.
I'll stand back and get out of the way.
Then got dim view. Dim sight, or whatever it is. I can't remember what it's called.
I've
Well,
got
no,
blind
you've got a
sight.
lit torch. You've got a lit torch in your
Dark
hand.
vision.
Just stick it in your head and you'll be able to see.
Yeah, you've got a torch, like. You got that magic green torch.
Is Kate inside the building?
Oh.
Oh, there he is. Sorry.
In between my legs.
Very funny.
So I'll pass
Right,
it.
so is the plan we're going to light these torches and stick them on the sconces using Mage Hand?
Mage hand.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll light the first torch and then hold it up in the air so you can use mage hand.
Yeah, Cade, you can send them down the hallway then.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I can reach 60 feet with it.
So you can
Oh
see.
yeah, you've got that upgraded one.
So from here you can see two of these torch brackets, one either side, just here, one here. Let me mark them on because you can't see my pointer because I've turned it off. So there's one here and one here.
So we lead those two, and let's see what happens.
Right. So
Not for no wall.
damn it. Right. Get rid of that. So just make the light what it should be. It's 40, 20. Right. So what are you doing? You're doing that with two torch in both sconces then?
Yes.
Oops. Righto. Okay. We put a lit torch in each sconce.
And do we see better from that point
Well,
onwards?
you can see what you can see.
Do you want me to move further on? I'll call out when I see the others.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, great.
So I will move cautiously along, Phil, checking for traps as I'm going.
Okay.
5 feet at a time, looking at any dodgy looking holes, any eyes moving in
Right,
pictures,
you have to
things
make
like
a
that.
perception check then if you're looking for traps.
Scooby-Doo shit.
Scooby Doo it.
We do shit, you know, when eyes are following you in portraits.
Okay. Right. Come on. So you can, like I
so
said, these
unless-
see these like sort of rectangles on the wall, drawn on the walls. These are where these paintings, sort of painted reliefs are. So there's a bracket at the side of each of these,
So there'd be one here and one here.
so you can see all the way down the corridor now, can't you?
I can, yeah.
So there's
I can
one
see
at the
another
yeah. So
three.
there's one at the side of each one on either side. So there's another six torch brackets evenly spaced down this hallway.
Okay, well, I'll beckon Kid and Luhai to come down then. I'll just stick to the south wall. I've managed to get in here safe, so I think it's fairly safe. And then we'll just repeat the whole.
So yeah, I'll just mark on
Torch, mage
where
hand,
they
torch,
are.
mage hand.
So there's one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here.
We get any more information? Did you say these were pictures?
Yeah. So they're like paint reliefs showing Amoan people hunting, harvesting fruit, planting crops,
Oh.
crafting weapons.
Yeah, sorry. Each one's one of them different things.
Each one of them is
Okay,
one of them
cool.
things. Yeah. So the description was a bit crap, really, because it's telling you all the details before you can get to it.
Yeah.
Obald,
So-
you can make a perception check.
You can smell snake breath over your shoulder.
Tongue.
Did you need me to do a thingy roll for hiding in around here as well, Phil?
A stealth roll,
A
yeah,
stealth roll.
yeah. Make a stealth roll. Remember what the number was.
They're still within 30 foot of me.
Oof.
Oh dear.
I'll
Cade
roll a
can't see
natural one.
you.
And
Pretty good for a one.
Kincaid,
No, he's inside.
Would he have been near him when he had to make that roll, or is that?
I was going to say it would have been outside when I had to make it.
Very
I
well.
have to be some 30 feet. I'm not sure. Do I have to see you or not?
Yeah, I would
idea.
say
yeah,
so.
you'd have to see him to do it.
Okay, then it's a no then.
Right. Anyway, so Obald. So the others have gone inside now, and although you can probably see for Fook at the minute, and you can hear like a faint, a quiet growling noise. But
See if I can
looking around, you
pinpoint where
can't
it's
see.
coming from.
You can't see anything. You can't see where it's coming from.
Hmm.
Mmm.
I'll have a look directly behind me just in case, because it'd be just my luck something would fit down this
Yeah.
thin
So
little corridor.
you've had a look. You've looked all. You can't see the source of this this growling, this low. It's really quiet. Yeah, you hear it a couple of times, and then it's and that's it.
Stay on alert then for the moment.
Okay. Right. So meanwhile, inside. Right. So for Fook, where you're stood, you notice there's a lot of there's quite a lot of cobwebs about, and you just happen, as you're about to follow the others, you just happen to notice that some of the cobwebs that have collected on this west wall seem to move with a unseen draft.
Oh, holy shit. Might be a secret door. Psst, psst. Kate. Oh, and Obald, because I can see Obald. Hey, Obald. I think there's a secret door here. I start hunting for the secret entrance. Very excited.
I'll let you have a look. I'm still keeping a guard outside.
Okay, you can make a perception check.
Where's the sheet? Oh my god.
If there's something there, you can't find it.
Say, Obald, can you give me a hand? Maybe you can find something here. I know how Obald is so perceptive. Shit at hiding, but perceptive. Someone who doesn't wear arms.
Shut me off. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that was odd.
Oh, doesn't he have advantage on stealth? Because I gave him the Blessing of the Trickster. It's advantage to all stealth checks.
Now I'll close it.
I don't know. Does he?
Yeah.
Should have done.
Yep.
Hey,
I think he only
Obald.
rolled a 1.
So
Yeah, you get advantage on your stealth check.
All right.
Blessing of the Trickster.
Not that it really makes much difference now because his changed his position because we were hiding.
Well,
Wow.
Oh.
So it's kind of a waste, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Because I can guarantee I'm going to roll a wad now for when I'm having a look for this secret door. Or where this wind's coming from.
A roller coaster tonight.
Okay, right.
Wow.
Ooh,
Yes,
it just rolled off a 20.
So yeah, there is a hidden, very well concealed door in this wall.
How'd you miss this? Blatant. Look, it's here.
Well, I was a little worried because it says we can only walk in the light, and that tunnel's probably going to be dark. So,
Oh, have a look around it for traps first, then Phil.
Okay, you can make an investigation roll then, I suppose.
Oh, this is not going to go well.
well, I can help. I can help if you want to do again.
Oh, do it with advantage.
Your investigation's better than mine.
Okay, right. There's no
16.
sign of any traps on it.
Oh. If
Nothing
I found out to
untoward.
open it, then I'll
You haven't
I'll
found out
open
how
it.
to open it now.
Yeah,
You know it's
I'll
there,
try
but
and
you do
find out
not.
how to open it, then Phil.
Yeah, that will have to be another investigation check.
Don't think I've ever actually come across a trap on a secret door.
I try and help again.
Yeah, it doesn't help that much.
So you
We suck at
you
this.
can't find. You've got so there's the door there, but you've no idea how to open it.
Hey, I know who's really good at little sneaky beaky investigation things. Hey, Kate, come over here. Come look at the secret door. See if you can work out how to open it.
At your service, I'm coming. I go over and have a look.
Okay. So what's
Okay,
Tackler
Vulcan.
and Luhai doing? You just hanging 5, or what are you doing?
Keep an eye out.
Okay. Tackling doing.
The corridor to the north. Illuminated. That's the word I'm looking for.
It's illuminated. Well, you
sconces.
can see, so it's illuminated because there's light shining down. There's light from Luhai's torch, which is a kind of greenish light.
But did we?
And then you
Did we
can
do
see
the
the rest.
whole
You can see the
torch
rest.
sconce
No, you've not
thing?
put any more torches down yet. No.
Well, Fafu can go ferry torches down, swap places with Cade, because I've got Mage Hand. So Luzai and Fafu can team up and continue to put torches down the passageway.
So you're doing that while Kay goes and checks this door, then, yes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Okay. Very well. So I can say that you do you do that while Kay's doing while Kay's checking this door over. So Cade, you can make an investigation check while you check that door over. Let's add some more lights to this corridor.
I'll assist him as well.
Okay, so you can roll again with roll with advantage.
Oh,
Oh,
20.
wow.
Nice.
A 1 and a 20, I think.
Yeah, you got a 1
It's
and it
rather
automatically
foundry.
rolled. He automatically rolled an at 20 after.
Holy cow. That's crazy.
Okay, there is no way. You're certain there's no way to open this door from this side. There must be another means of opening it.
Yeah,
Oh.
like an exit in it.
I wonder if it's yeah, I think you're right. Maybe it's a way out.
The way at the end.
Hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
well,
Well,
know
the
it's
fact that
there
there is a
now.
secret, the fact that there is a secret exit says to me that whatever we're going to be going through, we don't want to mess it up because there's no way on earth we want to come back this way. It's probably going to be dangerous.
Right. So while Kay's been checking that over, between Luhai and Fafut, you've inserted lit torches into these all 8 of these sconces, these torch brackets.
Want me to carry on?
Yep, crack on.
I'll stay.
So as long as
I'll stay back here, just to keep an eye on the door.
Well, here's a sneaky trick. To stop someone following us in, do we want to remove the torches?
might need him, we're gonna have to light his way all the way through. So yeah, possibly.
Yeah, so Obold, I mean, do you want to... I mean, you could probably shadow step, but you need shade. That's
Yeah, I'd rather.
So yeah, this corridor's like.
I'd rather not remain in the
lit
dark
now.
in here. Yeah, but I'd rather not remain in the dark in here anyway,
okay.
because
Shall we
something
leave
might
one torch?
activate.
Shall we leave one torch where you are, or the 2 torches where you are, and then we take the other torches with us? Or do you want to leave us to leave them all?
Actually, I'll drop my caltrops here, Phil, in front of the door.
Okay.
Caltrops?
Yeah, caltrops.
Caltrops are lawful monk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's totally lawful using caltrops. Of course it is. It's as lawful as putting a burglar bars.
Just give us an early warning system just in case someone follows us in the temple.
Okay.
Caltrops are something a rogue would use.
No, anyone can use caltrops. The Romans used to dig what they called something lilies, and it was basically a 3-foot hole, 2 foot across, with a wooden spike embedded in the middle of it, and that was specifically to pick up cavalry charges.
I'll drop them in front of the door anyway, Phil.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'll follow the rest of the group.
Okay.
Right, we snaffle the torches then, because I suspect, as Tacklin says, we're probably going to need more.
What? So you're going to
'Cause
remove the torches from the sconces? What are you doing?
Yeah, so we can. While Cade is laying torches in the front of us,
So they're
Trafuk is
already.
removing
So the
them.
torches have already been laid out all the way down the corridor now.
Yep. So as we're proceeding down this corridor, Trafuk will stick his head round and use Mage Hand to retrieve the ones from behind us.
Okay. So
So you
the
make
hand
like a
can only
moving light.
can only hold one torch at a time. It is still just a
Yeah, we
hand.
just take our time.
So what are you doing with the torch when you
Yeah.
like? What are you doing with it though?
Well, we fetch it, put it out, give it
Right.
to Luzai.
Right. Okay. Yep. That's fine.
Sorry,
No, that's perfect.
not stood there holding like a bonfire.
No, well, that's exactly. Yeah, well, like I say, it's still a hand, isn't it? Right. Okay. So you're
Yeah.
going. So
We'd want to be careful not to.
what?
Say again.
I wouldn't say we want to be careful not to extinguish the light completely. So
Oh,
nobody gets dropped into darkness.
We'll always be in light.
Yeah.
We just 20 foot back is the ones we're retrieving, because Mage Hand can reach 30 foot.
Right.
Cool.
Okay. So you're going to get to the door, and you're going to leave the last four. The last 4 torches are going to be lit.
Yes.
Yes. Right. Okay.
So if we go all the way up to the end of the passage, like there, then we've removed all of them from the lower passage, the horizontal passage.
Yeah. Well, there's two near the door, and then there's 2 here. It's where the green dots are. That's where the brackets are.
Yep. So the last 4 green dots we retrieve.
The 2 near the front door and the 2 at the bottom of the corridor.
Yeah.
Correct.
The last 2 you
At the
leave.
southern end of
These
this
2
corridor.
these 4 you're leaving. Yes.
Yes.
We're removing them. Them
No,
4.
no. No. Very, very, very calm. Where most of the party is currently stood, which is the top of the passage, we leave the last 4 near us.
Apparently, Luhai
The
and
other
Cade are
4
just staying down here.
That's because they haven't bothered to move themselves yet. Come on, dudes. You're going to be in the dark soon. Yeah, there we go.
I've got my own torch, remember?
Yeah, but I suspect it's the sconces themselves which are the key here. Right, and then the last 4 furthest from us we retrieve.
Boop.
you want me to draw a different color around them just to make 100%?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, put a little mark next to one's. There's only 8 in total. Don't forget.
Yeah, I understand. Why did that not draw? Ah, there we go. Right. Man. Right. We retrieved the ones circled in blue.
Okay, so yeah,
Right,
so Blue High's got four
next door then.
torches back.
Correct.
Put them out.
Uh-huh.
Set the dove traps.
Sorry?
Oh, I'll help you.
Set the dove traps.
Uh-huh.
Wunderbar.
Nothing
Advantage
untoward.
because I'm helping you.
Yeah, he's done it. There's nothing untoward about the door.
Okay.
Is it open?
It is not
try and
open.
it.
No, if it was open, you'd be able to see through it. It is now.
Oh. Right. Do I see any
No.
sconces?
No. In the centre of the room,
Okay,
you
I'm
can
gonna-
see a where am I looking? A pool of water, pool of still water.
I'll poke my head around the corner. There doesn't seem to be anything in here, just this pool of
Okay,
water.
so stepping into the room, you can see, like I said, there's this pool of still water, and reflected in it, you can see a sun, an image of the sun reflected in it. Looking up, you can see there's a glorious sun, look at a painting of a sun, or rather carving of a sun carved into the ceiling, directly above this pool of water. But strange. Sorry, I've got that description slightly wrong. So there's a carving of a sun in the ceiling directly above this pool of water. But strangely, the reflection in the pool of water is that of a carving of the moon.
Do we all see this or only?
You can see
You're
what
right.
you can see.
I beckon everybody to come in. I think it's kind of safe.
Okay.
So unless you move your character in there, you cannot see anything.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just typing notes frantically.
It's probably far easier to move in with the arrow keys.
Well, for Fook looking at this whole situation is like, well, that's kind of weird. It's not usually how reflections work.
I smell a trap.
Use
What's Lower
Mage
High
Hand
doing?
to.
Oh, no. Give everybody a chance to move to where they would be.
He's going to run in and jump in head first. Dive in. See how deep it is.
Isn't that what like kids call tombstoning now, where you're like jumping without using your arms?
What are you doing, Lee?
Tombstoning would go off cliffs.
I can't move in because Craig's up here.
Select your token and use arrow keys to move it.
Oh no, it's just jumping into the sea from a cliff or other high point.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay,
They
so
call it
like I say,
tombstoning
you're
'cause there's a
all
high
in this
chance of dying.
room. You're all in this room. There's no other exits. There's a glorious sun carved on the ceiling directly above a pool of still water. The ceiling reflecting the pool doesn't show a sun carving, but rather a carving of the moon.
Ah,
How deep is the pool?
It's hard to tell by just looking, but it's obviously more than just like a few inches deep.
Fafuk picks up a little bit of that rubble that's
Uh-huh.
lying next to the pool in the image and drops it into the pool.
Okay, it gives
Plop.
it goes a low plonk, plop. Yeah, so it's probably a few feet deep at least.
Does it hit the bottom?
Yeah, you see it at the bottom. Yeah, you can see the bottom. It's perfectly clear.
I fill my water skin.
Okay. What's everybody else
And
doing?
has a big drink.
Do we have time? Because then I like to check this over, this whole fountain thing.
Oh, yeah. We have time.
So I cast Detect Magic as a ritual and look around.
Okay.
Feel.
Right. So the entire room radiates magic.
What kind? trap
Let's see. What kind would it be? Oops.
I'd suggest Cade have a look down the corridor we've just walked up as well.
Conjuration magic.
If I stick my arm, if a Fafuk sticks his arm over the pool, does it reflect in the pool?
Yeah.
In front of the moon
Yeah.
image?
Yeah.
How bizarre.
Cade, go have a look down the corridor as well.
Yeah, I do.
You see 4 Yuan-Ti crammed into the corridor trying to sneak down. Shit!
Why do we
I can't go out.
access?
Luzai's in the way. Move, Luzai.
Do we access that secret door then?
Well, we start searching the room for secret doors now.
Okay. So
Well,
there's
Cade's-
Cade, what's the range of your spell, Cade?
30 feet, 30 feet.
30 feet.
Yeah.
So you don't detect anything else, anything magic down this corridor.
Okay, so I relay this information and turn back.
Interesting. Well, Fafuk starts walking around looking for secret exits around the walls and things.
What was the carving above the temple? Right at the beginning.
Just writing.
I want to take them
Or
for.
do you mean what it said?
I want to take them for.
Yeah, I just want to know what it said.
It said. Well, you can make an intelligence check, see if you can
Bulaka
remember.
teaches us to tread warily and stay in the light.
There you go.
I want to take them 4 torches and just put them back in the sconces, Phil.
What, back down the corridor?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to try it, see if it changes the thing in the reflection.
Okay. What, putting unlit torches back in the sconce in the brackets, or?
No, lit ones.
Right. Okay. What's everybody else doing while Obol's doing that? Oh, so Fook said he was checking. Which wall are you checking first?
The one he stood next to.
Okay, and what's tackling Luhai and Cade doing?
I'll help Folk.
You're going to help Fook. What's Luhai and Cade doing?
I'm just on a lookout for unexpected visitors.
Okay.
I'm gonna check the wall to my west.
Oh, so you're going to check that wall as well. Okay. Well, only really. So there's multiple people doing things, so it'll just give one of you advantage.
Well, how about Luzai checks the wall to the south?
Alright, I could know that, yeah.
Okay, so if one of you.
So 26 for perception on the western wall.
And Luhai, you want to make a perception check? So, Obald, you would go down the corridor and replace the torches lighting them as you go, and return to you return to this room, and nothing's changed. For Fook and Tackling, you find no sign of any hidden doors on that west wall, and neither does Luhai find any on the south wall.
Is there anything on this pool on the side of it, like
No.
any writing or anything?
No. There's only a slight lip. It's that sort of ring is just kind of maybe about 6 inches at most.
Fook checks the northern wall then.
Okay.
Hopefully with Tackling help.
Yep.
Okay, and what's somebody else doing? What's everybody else
Check the
doing?
east.
You're gonna check the east?
eastern wall.
I want to check the pool, see if there's anything around the pool itself or
Okay, so
within reach
you
in
can
it.
both do perception rolls then as well. Is Kay doing anything, or just keeping an eye out?
I'm just on a lookout at the moment.
Okay.
I think this is too easy.
Oh, these rolls are garbage tonight.
Yeah.
Wait, yours are.
Okay.
For Fook, because he's watching the monks just like fart about, so he's going to recheck these walls for them.
Okay, so so none of you have found anything as unusual so far.
We're just going to step into the pool, Phil.
Okay.
Oh.
Right. So you step into the pool. The pool is at least 6 foot deep, and you instantly go under the water. So that probably interrupts you checking that wall.
Nah, fuck him. He jumped in.
Oh, I'm not checking the wall. I was checking the pool anyway, weren't I?
Yeah, no, I'm on
he's
about Fook.
laughing about for Fook.
Oh,
I'm
right.
on about Fook's checking the wall, and then
Yeah.
you just kind of step into the pool, and it's kind of going to draw people's attention, so it interrupts.
Yeah, well,
That kind of interrupts what everybody's doing. So yeah, Obold steps into pool, and there's a splash, loud splash as he goes under the water, and vanishes.
Bath time.
about time. I didn't want to say anything because he's got fangs and stuff, but whew,
If I look into the pool, can I see him?
No,
Or is he gone?
He's gone.
Ah, shit. Okay. Well, there we are then. Fook jumps into the pool after him, after casting water breathing on everybody who's around him.
Totally gone.
Totally gone.
We have water breathing, been casting it every day.
Oh, yes, you casting it, not me.
Yeah, I cast it every time. When it expires, every time, midday.
Fook jumps in after.
Okay, so Fook jumps in, and he also disappears.
Cannonball!
Kate jumps in as well.
Okay.
Give it. Quite literal. Step into the light.
Cool.
Tackling going in as well, or is he just skipping from side to side on the edges of the pool?
And cannonball. I'm trying to get smack it middle, but I can't do it.
Okay. So yeah, Tackling jumps in and disappears. What's Luhai doing?
We'll get in then.
Okay.
See, my first suggestion of you diving in head first weren't that bad after all.
Okay, that was dodges.
You're talking about that one to the south with a wedge cut out of it.
No. Well, yeah, that. Well, but no, not so much. Then more the door that's letting light through it. Well, not too.
Yeah.
Is that closed?
It is closed. Yeah, it's cost us multiple. There it is. There we go. Okay, hold on a minute.
Oh,
So-
I'll just open it.
Right. So, you find yourself as you like pull yourself out of the pool, all soaking wet. You you see a full moon is carved on the ceiling here, directly above the pool. The walls of this room are decorated with reliefs of Amuan people carrying out more daily chores. And reflected in the pool is a sun rather than a moon. Right, yeah. So what you all doing?
Climb out the pond and
Okay.
go to the door. Sorry,
Oh.
but yawn there.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. So getting out before everyone else had come in anyway.
I'm wondering if we jump back to this pool, will we go back to the sunroom?
Yeah, I think we will. That's the reason why the reflections are opposites.
It's quite cool.
Let me getting soaking wet.
Wow, I don't want to say much, but you monks needed a bath. Right, we open the door, then full crack on.
Okay.
You can unpause it now, then I'm assuming.
It is unpaused.
And it still says game paused on mine.
Be a bit of lag.
No, that's unpaused for me too.
Yep, it says you can't take this action while the game is currently paused.
Oh, it's just no, it paused and unpaused.
Oh,
And now I'm
there we
in
go.
the
It's
next
gone.
room. Oh, there's a pedestal.
Okay, so it's paused now. So 8 torches. Oh god, they're not lit. Stupid things. So you want to. That's 10, 20. Oh, damn it. So. Come on, you piece of. Oh my god. No. Right, anyway, okay. 8 torches illuminate this room. The light washes over a floor mosaic showing 2 creatures locked in combat, a small bear with sharp claws and a rabbit with a spiral horn upon its forehead. In the middle of the room, a robed figure stands next to a waist-high pedestal, atop which rests a stone cube. The figure is bald and has one hand on the cube. It takes a moment for you to realise that the figure is a statue.
So I turned to stone.
Just steal these ones from there.
Sorry, what was the horned rabbit fighting?
A bear.
Contest, really.
The rabbit corn.
Do we recognize the features of this statue person?
No.
It's not like Omu.
Sorry?
It's not Omu.
Oh, not a native. No, it's not a native. No, it looks like a mainlander like yourselves.
Ah. Does it look like it could have been a red wizard?
Possibly.
Nice.
So there's an inscription around the mosaic as well.
Only Cade in here to be able to read that.
Cade.
Oh, I will read it, of course.
Better come join us, buddy. It's over on the pedestal.
No, it's on the mosaic in front of the pedestal.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it's
my
around
apologies.
the floor, so it's around around the room on the floor.
Okay, try to
So
get out the way.
you have to walk around the room to read it.
I will do that.
Okay, you have to come out
Real
the room, that
twisted.
room then.
Oh shit! Sorry, I thought you'd already moved. My mistake. There you are.
Okay, so Cade's going down here then, because he's walking around the room. What's Lou High doing?
Why?
Leave it here for now.
Ja-
What's Lou High doing?
Juggling torches.
To move.
Right, so let's see. So this walking round, Cade, you can see the inscription on the floor. Tells of how the rabbit, which is called Ijin, snuck recklessness into a pot of stew, which the rabbit considered a virtue. But Ubtao spat out the stew when he tasted it.
Okay, I repeat this loud for all the guys, so they can.
From that day, Obo Laka, who made the stew, fought, and Lejin became terrible enemies. The names on these things are almost unpronounceable. So yeah, basically this bear creature made a stew for Ubtao, and before Ubtao could eat it, the rabbit added some extra ingredients, and which when Ubtao tasted it, he spat it out because it was horrible. And from that day forward, the bear and the rabbit became mortal enemies.
I mean, Kate shrugs his shoulders, over a stew. Oh my god.
Never met middle management, have you?
No, I manage my own affairs, usually.
Well, looking at the statue dude with his hand up on the cube,
Oh.
I assume it's a bad idea touching the cube. Oh yeah, isn't that the wizard image from Player's Handbook?
Can you put the quote in the chat, Phil?
What from?
That he's read out from this
Yeah. Okay.
inscription.
Where is it?
So, Kate, what do you think? Should we try some mage hand to try and retrieve this thing?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Sorry, what you doing?
Well, either Fafuk or Kate can try use mage hand to try and retrieve the cube off the pedestal. Isn't like a reflection of this cube up on the ceiling or something weird, is there?
No. So try as you might, you can't you can't pick up the cube with mage hand.
Is
it too heavy?
Don't know.
Or is it stuck under the statue's hand? So like the statue touched it and became a statue, and now it's like holding the cube down.
Well, possibly.
Just smash his hand off.
How are you gonna do that?
Thinking. Well, I don't want to cast a spell to do it. Seems like a waste. Hey, when you fight a type's got like a hammer or something, you can just smash the dude's hand loose.
Yeah, not really.
Tackler? Got like a hammer or...
I got masonry tools.
Oh,
Chip his arm off. Chip, chip, chip.
perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
Tackling
I'll
can
give it
go
a try.
with a hammer and chisel and just chisel the arm off.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
Watching with great interest.
I'm watching the surroundings.
Okay.
I expect trouble.
Oops. Let's pause. Why is it paused? There we go.
I assume this is incredibly well lit because of all the
Yes,
magical torches everywhere.
it is. You're not going over
We're
there?
not going to have to, like... Yeah, I've just come a bit closer. So, just out of interest, if this doesn't work, are we going to have to, like, try and maybe put out torches or something silly? What do you guys think? Anyway,
Are these torches lit?
Yes, they're all lit. They're all lit.
Are there any
and burning.
torches in here not lit?
No.
Sorry,
There's
sorry,
8
say again.
torches. There's 8 lit torches.
It'll...
I can only see 7. I think there might be an invisible wall in this corner, Phil.
Yeah,
And in there.
same. Top right.
My arrow's moving. I think there's an invisible wall there.
Oh, you're looking for an image, you mean? It's because the image isn't there. You're looking at all
Okay.
these pictures. Yeah, somebody who edited this map put them torch images on, and they've.
Oh, okay, cool. So there are
8 torches. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is the same number as the ones that's on the outside.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Okay, so I'll start chiseling this old dude's arm off.
Okay. You can make a tool check.
I cast guidance on Tacklin, so he gets an extra 1d4 on his check.
Use Mason's tools. D4. It's asking me what I can use as my ability modifier. Can I use strength?
Yeah.
Well, it's usually. Well, yeah, I suppose you could use strength in this case. Yeah.
Cool. Plus 1d4. Normal. Can I roll it again?
No. Come on, Cade.
Oops, sorry, I've pressed wisdom.
I'm nearby, of course.
1 second, I pressed wisdom. That was my fault. I think that's the 3rd, 4th one I've rolled tonight. Strength plus 1d4. Normal. 17?
Okay. Yeah. So you quickly sort of chisel away and quickly manage to remove the arm from the statue, and it drops to the floor.
Do we recognize the wizard? Oh, the person who's stood next to the pedestal.
No.
Was he holding on to the cube?
You don't know. It were resting on it. If the hand was the hand of the
I've just been
statue was
chiseling at it. Surely, if he had his hand on it, and if I want to know if he fell off with it, no? Or is he just petrified, not touching the cube?
The hand was resting on the cube when you've chiseled. You chiseled through the arm, and the arm has fallen onto the floor.
But the cube stayed on the pedestal.
Yes.
Right. Did it move at all while I was chiseling away with any kind of give or wobble or? So it could be really heavy.
Cast Mage Hand and try and lift the cube off.
What move?
can we do it together? I mean, to double our efforts.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good idea. Two
Let's
mage
see.
hands.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Can lift 20 pounds between us.
Won't move.
I think someone's going to have to touch it.
Actually, not me. After what happened to this guy.
We are looking for volunteers.
Who's got the highest con save?
Ackland, I would imagine, being a dwarf.
I
+6.
I inspire Tacklin and go, come on, Tacklin. I know with your druidic, dwarven, barbarian background, you're the hardest of us all. You can do it. You got bardic inspiration. You get an extra 1d6 to add to a saving throw or ability check or something.
I'm just going to put it out there. This is the worst fucking idea ever.
Oh, no, I can think of at least 3 worse ones than this. But for you, yes, it's looking pretty bad right now.
So I'll try and touch the cube, Phil.
Well, there should be a secret door down here, shouldn't there?
Somewhere.
Corridor.
You can make a Constitution save.
Didn't someone say
With 1d10,
they were
did
going to
you say?
use Mage Hand?
Yeah, we tried. It wouldn't move.
Oh, right.
A double mage hand, it wouldn't it? Did you say 1d10, Louis? Or 1d8?
It's a 1d6, I think, because I'm a level 1 bard.
Have you got an inspiration point left, Dan?
Oh, wow. 23. That's not bad at all.
It won't move.
Does Tacklin feel like he's had to fight off some kind of spell attack on him?
Realising it's not moved, I'll take my hand off it straight away.
Okay.
It's not moving.
Okay, well, I suppose we should hunt about.
See if I can
Would we-
move this sconce, Phil.
See what, the one that you stood near?
Yeah. Pull down or anything.
No.
No, I mean, think about it. If you zoom out and look at the shape of the temple,
That's what I'm thinking.
I would say there's another passage down the left-hand side, potentially from the other pool room.
Yeah.
All right.
I was just about to ask, would that be metagaming, knowing the topology of the temple?
No. We'd have paced it out, and we know how far we move and all that kind of stuff. So that's fine.
Okay, so I'll go and check.
Sorry. I apologize. Hang on a second. We teleported from one pool to the other, so we have no perspective on where the other pool was.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
I don't know if you want to stick Fog of War back on or something, Phil.
Well, just rely on you to
Ignore the obvious. Okay.
Well, let's investigate this room then, see if we can find the hidden door.
Fafuk will slowly go around the room, checking for, exits and stuff, clues.
Oh. I'm going to move down to where the puzzle cube Phil is, and then I'm going to just try covering it.
What with?
Piece of cloth or something.
Okay. What's somebody else doing?
Loading.
Thank you for this hidden door.
What?
Thank you for this hidden door.
Okay.
Hoping that it would bring us round to where we were previously, even not knowing the topology of the temple.
So, I'll assist Tacklin, or Tacklin can assist me.
I'll assist Fafuk. He's got a better investigation. Less perception.
Okay, 22 for Fafuk, as he's starting to hunt about the room.
Okay, so
looking for.
so Obal, you cover this cube up with a piece of cloth.
I want to have a look over the statue.
Sorry.
I want to have a look over the statue, a closer look.
Okay.
So did you say you covered the cube with a cloth?
Yeah.
Well, you think it can only come free if it's dark?
No, because then I'm not going to accidentally touch it with my hand.
Well, my final step suggestion would be we turn all the torches off. So you have to use light to get here, but then you have to be in the dark to take it, is my thought. But, we can do that last. That for food keeps going with tackling, hunting around the walls, seeing if we can find some of the sneaky beaky exit.
Okay. What's the Luhai doing and Cade?
Check the western wall.
Yeah, I'm just on lookout.
Okay. Right. So this this statue of this guy is well wearing robes and is carrying a leather pouch like a satchel, or rather, he's carrying a satchel. Obviously, it's not leather.
Right, okay.
So the rest of you can make perception checks if you haven't already.
You want me to do another one?
Yep.
Okay.
Otherwise,
I'm helping.
well, I believe.
Sorry,
Yep.
advantage, yes?
Yep, I'm helping.
Sorry, I think I phased out at some point. Dirty 20.
Okay. Right. So between you check the walls, all the way around the walls, and there's nothing.
What did he say at the beginning again? Outside the temple?
It said, Obulaka teaches us to tread warily and stay in the light.
Oh, I wonder if you have to stand on a specific spot around the pedestal to lift the cube. So there's like one spot where you can stand and it'll come away.
Well, no, because all the torches have covered the room in light anyway. There's not a dark patch there.
Nope.
So it can't be a specific spot.
No, what I meant was like the mosaic. Was there a mosaic showing Obtao eating the
This is
stew?
it,
Or,
yeah.
yeah, but is like Obtao on like one side of something, or is it like trying to suss out if the clue is in the image?
The image was just the rabbit corn fighting the bear, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, okay. That's no good. Is there anything on the ceiling above the pedestal?
No.
There's 8 torches in here.
Yeah.
these two squares again above Hobald?
That's the mosaic. And there's eight sconces that were in the corridor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
Can you do darkness?
Who?
Anybody?
Hobald can.
I can.
Maybe drop darkness over the pedestal, so stop light reaching it, and then see if the cube comes loose.
I'm just wondering if we've gone out backwards, done this backwards.
Well, we're supposed to pick it up with our feet.
No. These torches in here, I wonder if they're supposed to go out in the corridor.
Maybe he's brought them through. That's why they're here.
It just seems a bit odd that there's 8 in here and there's 8 empty ones outside.
Okay, but isn't
How
that
would
how
you-
this?
How would you get them through the water, though?
Well, they're magical, clearly.
Let's try it.
Well, try what?
Grabbing a torch, taking it through the water.
I'll take that one from the northeast, northwest corner, Phil.
Okay.
I'll take it out of its sconce.
Yeah.
We'll just do one for now, just to be on the safe side as an experiment. And then I'll
Okay.
go and take it through to the pool.
Uh-huh.
I've got an idea.
What?
I'm going to cast shape water to see if you can actually go through it without wetting it through. Turn it into like a circle so you can jump through it if it's a portal. Maybe the water's not the actual water, maybe it's the ring. So I could shape water like a circle so you could jump straight through.
Well, there's still be water because you can do like a 5-foot cube, can't you?
Yeah, I guess. Well, go on, try it then anyway.
I'll go through holding the torch, Phil.
Okay. Right, so you're jumping into the pool with the torch.
Yeah. Just dropping it like I did the first time.
Sorry. What did you say, sorry?
Just dropping it like I did the first
Right,
time,
just
holding the torch.
Right, so yeah, you drop or jump into the pool, whichever. As the torch hits the water, it's extinguished, and you appear in the other pool with a extinguished torch in your hand.
Ah. I'll try and light it again then, Phil.
Okay, what's somebody else doing?
Waiting to see what happens to Obald. Whether he gets
Yeah,
turned inside
ready
out.
for action. Ready for action.
Okay, right. So
You might have to rescue him.
So you get back out. So the torch is pretty wet.
Yeah, I'll just try and keep lighting it until it catches.
Okay, right. So yeah, it takes a while. You know, like after trying to dry it out until it's dry enough that you could actually light it. But try as you might, it will not light at all.
Ah.
It defeats all attempts to light it, even when it clearly should.
How are you supposed to do that then? How are you supposed to go from out there to the corridor without stuffing them out? Oh, it makes sense.
Well, wasn't it the old Isn't it an old Bible fable about a night attack where they had lit torches in jars to hide the light? But I don't know if it would work. Well, I suppose it depends how long you're submerged for. But if you had like a big pot, you could have the torch in it upside down. As you drop in, it would hold the air in the upside down pot, and then you'd appear in the other pool and bring it out. It would stay lit throughout the whole transition. Just a thought.
Like a diving bell for the torch.
Yeah,
that's what. Yeah, that's.
We ain't got anything that's big enough for that, though, have we? Well, we have,
got a bag of holding.
but it normally generates mayonnaise.
There's nothing in it at the minute.
Yeah, but it's a big pot that we could turn upside down. Yeah, but I mean, what you're trying to answer is how would a lit torch from this passage stay lit all the way into this room? Maybe the wizard misty stepped or something through, or maybe found another way to get here. Just simply lit these torches. I assume these torches are magical. They're oil-based torches, and they couldn't have been burning for more than an hour, I would have thought.
So what are you doing, Obald, anyway? So you've been gone for what, easily more than 10 minutes.
I'm going to take a torch with me and just go back through the pool, Phil.
Okay, so it's Obald's been gone about good 15, possibly 20 minutes. So probably starting to get a bit concerned when he suddenly emerges from the pool again, carrying the torch, that's unlit.
I'll say it went out as soon as I hit the water. Came up on the other side. I tried drying it
So
out.
as soon as you walk
really
into the room with the pedestal, it springs to light. It suddenly bursts. It suddenly lights itself.
Oh,
Ah.
I'm going to say when it was out on the other side, it wouldn't light again no matter what.
Well, they just literally burst into flame without any of us lighting it. So it's clearly.
I wonder if that secret door that we found, if that's another way of getting them out, instead of trying to take them through the pool. You find the entrance to wherever that secret door and exits, and then you can just walk them round that way.
That would make much more sense.
Yeah. So Fufuk will continue to try and find an exit. It's going to assume he's being assisted.
Do you want to help me tackling in this
Yeah,
room?
while we're in here, might as well.
You're checking. So you've checked this room with the pedestal, and you've checked it all.
Have
We're
we?
going to check the south wall, Phil, on this room with a pool in.
Okay.
Oh, so this pedestal room's now checked.
Yes.
Okay.
$24 for a hidden door on the south wall.
Yes,
So
there is a door here.
Where?
Whereabouts?
Oh, there. See if we can figure out how to open it, Phil.
Okay, you can make an investigation check.
Would you be better at investigating this since it's stoned? Tackling.
I think the smartest person in the room needs to investigate.
Can I do it? Yeah.
yeah, sure.
That's not good. Shit.
Some days.
Okay, can't see how a means of opening it.
What about tackling? Since it's stone that we're working
No,
with, would it?
you can check, but no, that stone couldn't help.
Oh, right, okay.
It's not.
Well, if Cade's failed to find it, I'll have a go with tackling helping me then.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
with advantage, I got a 7. So, well, I know there's a secret door there, but I'm too thick to find out how to open it.
So Phil, do we know this secret door is there? Do we know where it is exactly or not?
Yeah, you know there's something there, yeah.
Okay, so I go there and cast a spell.
Okay. And what are you casting?
1 second, I'm searching for it.
I've got an idea which one is going to cast. Yeah, I thought it
yeah,
was.
well,
I cast knock. Let's see what happens.
You just rolled 20 on investigation.
That's wasn't me. Basically, when I press the space, it starts rolling. Don't know why. Ignore that. So I cast knock.
Okay. Right. So, as you cast knock, you hear a click just to the left of you, and you notice that in part of the painting, the relief on the that's painted on the wall, there's one of the figures is holding a key, and as you cast a spell, the key like depresses, and the door
Yeah.
opens.
Nice, I like it.
Great.
Revealing a
Ooh.
dusty, cobweb-filled corridor.
We are looking for volunteers to go ahead.
Me and tackling can go down. Just scout for traps as we go down.
Right, so looking into it, it's quite obvious that nobody's been in here for probably decades, if not longer.
Yeah, but we
So you
want
can
to.
make a perception check then.
You do it with advantage.
Oh,
They're
right.
both
I'm just.
missing.
I'll roll it again as well then.
cobwebs.
First one then a 17.
Okay. Right, so you make your way down this. You make around this corridor. You don't see any sign of anything untoward, any obvious traps or anything. And as you round the corner, you see it comes to a dead end at a door, and there's 3 heavy metal bars holding this door shut from this side.
Yeah. I'll have a look over with traps.
Okay.
For traps, we hopefully assisted by tackling.
Yeah.
21.
Okay, right, there's nothing. There's nothing.
Remove these bars then, Phil.
Okay, right, you remove the bars.
And then open the door.
Okay, right, you push on the door and it pushes open, revealing the
No.
corridor that you
See if those
entered.
See if the caltrops have been disturbed or that
Nope,
door's open.
No, the door's still closed. Caltrop still has the work.
I'll go through avoiding the caltrops then, Phil.
Okay.
Hey, maybe those heavy metal bars would come in handy.
I just want to. See, I think we've gone in here and we've lit these sconces up, but I think these were meant to stay empty. Because there's only 8, and there's 8 that's in that room. I think the ones in that room are supposed to come out here. But if we hadn't cottoned onto that door, I don't think we'd have got a proper way to get them through, to be honest.
We would never have known.
Mm.
So you want to take these torches and put them in the sconces using the other passage?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll remove these ones and the
I think
rest.
they're
of
all gone.
Go.
They're
I
all
think
gone.
they're on the floor on these two up there.
Yeah, there's all them last.
No, I went down and put them back in, didn't I?
Oh, you did. Sorry, yeah, you
Yeah. So I'll just remove them and put them out, Phil.
did. Okay,
Going up the corridor,
okay,
up to the doorway to that other room. So I've removed all 8.
yeah,
And I'll leave him near the entrance for Lou High to pick back up.
okay.
And then everyone else can just ferry the torches out through that passageway we've just found.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, let's do that. We could either set up a train or somebody grabs 2
Mage hand
and do it together.
can't be asked walking all the distance.
Well, you have to be able to see though. You'll not be able to do it all deal so much with a mage hand.
Well, if one of them stood here,
Anyway, so
could...
so without going into silly details, you're basically transporting all the torches from the brackets in that room to the brackets in the corridor.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you do that. Takes you about 5 minutes.
Go back into that room with a pedestal
Okay.
and cloth still over the cube, just to be on the safe side. I'll touch it and see if it moves, Phil.
What do you mean you'll touch it?
As in, the cloth's on it,
Yeah.
so I'll grab hold of it with a cloth in between me and the cube, and just try and take it off the pedestal, see if it'll move.
Comes away without any effort.
Hey.
Be on the safe side, I'm going to keep the cloth covered over it.
Okay.
Just wrap it up in a cloth. Nice one.
Comes away without any effort. And so let's see. So you get a new cube, which is this one. We'll find it. This one. Oops.
Another one for Kid to put in his pouch.
If
Yeah.
you say pouch, I imagine he's a koala bear or something.
Kid, the marsupial.
Exactly, yeah.
Who's that supposed to be?
A bear with lots of claws. Looks like a bear that ran into a wall really fast.
As we're exiting, I'll pick up my caltrops as well, then, Phil.
Okay.
Oh, we're doing about the wizard.
He's not got anything on him, has he? He's been petrified.
Dead.
Is the statue stuck in the ground, or can we like mess with it?
If he's petrified, you've chopped his arm off. I think if for some reason he became unpetrified, I think he'd be pretty much dead in short order.
No, I think we should toss him into one of the pools of water just for shits and giggles.
But just so he lays at the bottom of the other one.
Yeah. Totally confuse the everlasting fuck out of the next people that come along.
Just leave him there.
Yeah, fine. For Fuchs' genius is totally underappreciated.
Probably won't be able to pick him up anyway.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Can we pick him up?
No, just leave him.
Can we drag him along the floor?
We've got what we need. Just leave him and go.
Too heavy. He'll be too heavy.
Strength check of 8. Can I move this stuff?
No, but you could rock it and probably tip. You could rock it and probably tip it over.
No. Seems a waste shattering it. Okay. Next time.
It's a pity if he is a wizard that he ain't got a spell book on him. Because he's been petrified, I'm assuming everything's done.
Yeah, that means everything is gone.
I can't unpetrify people. Does he detect as magical?
No.
I'm just seeing how do I unpetrify people? Oh shit, greater restoration.
Yeah.
Holy cack. Yeah, that's a long way off. Top tip dudes, don't get petrified.
I'll open the door and have a look out first, Phil,
Okay, make a
just to see if
perception
there's
check then.
anyone waiting.
About 500 yuan-ti.
No problem.
Okay, right. So yeah, you peer out, lean out, look a bit further round. It looks, coast looks clear. I mean, your vision's kind of restricted to what you can, to what you can see. But yeah, from where you are, you can't see any sign of anybody lying in wait.
I sort of make a dash for it just to be on the safe side.
Yes,
Just in case
sir.
them roving archers are still somewhere. And just leg it from the entrance then, Phil.
Okay.
So where we're going, just FYI.
Well, for the moment, we'll just go south, just so we're away from the temple.
You don't want to go east.
Not immediately.
Okay.
Just want to go south first, just so we're away from the temple itself.
Okay.
And try and keep an eye out for roving archers.
Okay. Right, you flee from the shrine compound.
So how long have we been here?
It is. Oh, this clock's not going, is it? So it is probably it's just after 10 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, so the pass of that trace is still going.
Yeah.
Got another 15 minutes or so on it.
Oh, then that's fine then. We could actually go east and then follow the cliff all the way around up to the north to that other one then.
Yep, I put Blessing of the Trickster on Tacklin because I've come to discover he's a noisy fucking druid.
Thanks.
Yeah, so Phil, as it says, we try and sneak up. Just yeah. Oh, you're drawing a line. Excellent.
So
like that.
Very good. Yeah. So tackling, you can make a stealth check.
With advantage.
Do I roll perception?
And plus 10.
Correct.
You can make a
Stealth.
perception check, I suppose, if you want. Yeah.
With advantage
Moving
and
slower,
plus 10.
Yeah.
And they hear me thighs rubbing together.
I spot nothing.
Oh my god.
Okay.
With
Right.
all that, you got an 18. Wow.
Thank you.
Okay. So you make your way. Following the base of the cliff around the outer walls of the palace complex, through all the overgrown ruins, slowly turning and making your way north, till you eventually come to the edge of another flooded area of the city. So, despite all your trepidations, you come across, you see nobody and nothing.
Cool. Cool.
Keep an eye out just in case we're going to get ambushed when we go towards the entrance to this one. Ambush from animals or roving archers or well, ambushes of any kind, really.
Right, so ahead of you, you can let me move the map so everybody else can see where you are. Just zooming out again. So ahead of you, you can see this flooded shrine. There's monoliths adorned with prancing frog-like figures that rise from the swamp. Beyond, a ruined edifice shaped like an arrowhead squats in the muddy water. Bushes and trees grow from its overgrown roof. At the pointed front end of the building, steps ascend to a stone door caked in slime.
Yeah. Yeah, this in a slime temple.
Ribbit.
Hmm.
Yeah, we don't hear another ribbit. We don't want another frogzilla. If another frogzilla jumps out, I'm going to throw a tackling at you and run.
What we should have done is turn it into a tiny frog and stuck it in a bag of holding and then just closed it.
Just be a second. I just need to...
We get to the temple without description.
Yeah, I mean, how close do we get to the temple?
One moment.
It's like 20 foot, 30 foot.
Um,
I'm back.
Right, so how far are we from the temple then, Phil?
well, let's see. So about 40, 50 feet. Just
And do we have to, how deep is it like waterlogged? So we have to like walk on top of water or wade to reach it?
you could walk through it. Yeah, it's maybe a couple of feet
Hmm.
deep, the water.
Not deep enough to hide one of those frogs with
Well,
tentacles.
not what you can see nearby now.
Any crocodiles?
You can't see anything like that. No. Again,
Right,
it's
I
I can
would
it's a
see
like.
little
the
bit hard
previous.
because the
I can see the
doors,
previous temple.
the water's a bit murky, and there's like water lilies covering a lot of the surface.
Bubble
Right,
wall was reset.
right. For Fook will cast a minor illusion of a statue of Cade up between the obelisks, and then use Mage Hand to like paddle on the water. You know, like little tasty halfling toes are dangling in the water. See if anything tries to bite them off.
Okay. Um,
How deep is the water, do you say?
A couple of feet.
okay. Right. So yeah, when you do that, where like an image of Cade appears between the pillars, you said.
Yeah.
You see several small frog-like humanoids pop up from amongst all the vegetation growing along on the roof of the structure, and they let fly with a volley of arrows at Cade's, at the figure of Cade,
Ooh.
but they don't. The arrows land a few feet in front of him.
Oh. So they were
Yeah,
trying to
of course.
warn him off, not kill him. Ooh, that's interesting.
They may be respecting me like that, you know, because I'm small too.
Maybe it's maybe we need to negotiate our way here.